How will our party handle a mystery when time is of the essence? Find out next on the Adventurers Guild. On the continent of Volanta, in the city of Takar, there is a place where heroes are forged. Where legends are built one story at a time. What you do with this opportunity is in your hands, and the hands of fate. The Adventurers Guild. Hello, and welcome to tonight's episode of The Adventurers Guild. It is so nice to have you. I am your host and Dungeon Master, Paul Cosca, and you are watching a weekly live-streamed D&D anthology show. We've had a week off, but now we are very happy to be back with a brand new mission, so you have come at the perfect time. Our Patreon subscribers got to vote for this mission, and if you want that opportunity as well as a bunch of other cool stuff, like behind-the-scenes podcasts, you'll want to head over to patreon.com/adventurersguildshow, and that link is also in the description of this video. Now, before we dive into tonight's mission, let's go ahead and say hello to our players. Going on this mission, we have B, Chris, and Justin. A small party tonight. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Howdy.
Very small.
We've had a week away from the guild missions. How are you feeling? Energized? Ready to go?
Oh yeah. Long day at work, but I definitely go for D&D. Hell yeah. Let's do it.
Fun fact, B just spilled a cobbler in the oven.
I did.
4 minutes before.
Just in time.
Four. It's true. About 4 minutes.
30 seconds to spare.
We'll go into that on the Patreon page. We'll do a whole podcast. We'll take pictures of the cobbler. We'll do a taste test of the cobbler.
It's delicious.
There is a picture of the cobbler and the aftermath, so that can be included.
Perfect.
We'll have a whole breakdown. You won't know unless you sign up for that exclusive content. That you know what? Critical Role's not giving you that. They're not giving you that cobbler content. You're not going to find that anyplace else.
Cobbler content.
We're gonna corner the market on cobbler content, and no one's going to be able to stop us.
I'm ready.
I am all for this.
Yeah,
I'm ready to corner it. I'm ready to round it. I'm ready to loaf it. Whatever shape you want. Let's do it.
You loaf your cobbler?
Cobbler in time. Thank you for that one.
Somehow that feels too soon. I don't know how it feels too soon.
It was because it was only 4 minutes before we started. That's why.
The cobbler that worked is in a loaf pan.
Yeah.
So that's why that is a thing.
All right. Let's go ahead and jump in.
Hell yeah.
So, the last week, it has been a week since we've seen the party. You've had a week to yourselves since everything that happened in the last mission. And in this week, the city of Takar has had a flurry of activity. Houses of healing were full as people look to recover from the damage brought on in the Grand Alexander Hotel. It is said, you hear through the grapevine, that 12 people were brought back from the dead in those next few days.
Wow.
There's also been a break in the weather, and people have taken the opportunity to get out and bask in a little bit of sunshine, and it's just brought on a flurry. There's people everywhere kicking their way through slushy snow. You've probably gotten out a bit as well, between recovering from your last mission and needing a little rest. It's not been the worst week, but you are called down from your rooms at the guild into the meeting room, where Mariah is already waiting for you.
Of course.
She looks today pretty calm, not very flustered. There's only 3 of you in here. She's just kind of calmly sifting through some papers as you come in.
Hello, Mariah.
Yeah. Good to see you.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you've had an opportunity to get out before the weather hits us again. Let me go ahead and check everyone into the ledger. She opens the large ledger, and for the sake of people who've not tuned in before, let's go ahead and have a brief introduction to your characters. Denra, why don't you go first? What do people see?
Den is a very tall, 7.5 tall. She's a minotaur of auburn fur with like circles of black near the near the nose and everything. Especially now with a pretty big scar that's across it from taking quite a bludgeoning attack from a very large man. And she has this very long hair that had been done up and like styled a lot, but she kind of let it go, so it's starting a little wild again. And she's got like some furs that are made of like feathers and fur a bit, with a little bit of owl bear on her like belt, and a big glaive on her back, and happy smiles. Especially enjoys the sunlight. She loves it.
And there is quite a bit of sunlight coming in through the large windows here in the meeting room. She takes down your name, Denra, and James, why don't you go next?
Okay, James is going to come in. He is a 6-foot-tall man, newly bald now.
Ooh,
He's
yeah.
feeling a little dangerous. Yes, but with him being bald, you can kind of see the giant scar on his not his forehead, but like kind of his, whatever this area is called. Kept a little bit of facial hair. He's looking a little spiffy. With his armor and everything. He still has his maul, long sword, and shield, but he's still never taking off his armor again after that party last time. So he's going to go up to Mariah, look at the notebook, and again wonder why there's no turkey legs. He'll sign his name anyway.
And right now, Justin, if you wouldn't mind changing your display name to James, so that people at home don't get confused. And while you do that, Mudpack, why don't you go and tell the folks at home what they would be seeing?
Mudpack will jauntily step up to the desk. He's had a nice little break from the guild, and he feels energized. He's spent some time in the mountains. Mudpack is oh gosh, how tall? He's a shorty. He's a short one. He's a 3'3" gnome.
Ooh,
and
super short.
He's a druid. He's bitty. He likes to be in the forest and in the mountains, and his outfit definitely portrays that. He's got some leather armors underneath his fur and leather coat. He's got some hide breeches. And if at all possible, he's barefoot, but it's snowing, so he's got some simple leather wraps around his toes today, and he carries a quarterstaff.
Yeah, I would
can imagine like hobbit feet with like the fur on the top almost.
I would say halflings can probably get away with no shoes in the snow,
that's
but
true. That's true. That's halflings. Never mind. My bad.
All right, so Mariah gets everyone's names in the book. She closes the ledger, sets it aside, takes out another folder and opens it. Today's mission is at the behest of a client named Vale Arduin, who at one time was an extremely well-known fashion designer. I was actually gifted an Arduin hat by a friend a few years ago. It's one of my favorite pieces, but that's neither here nor there. Cross-referencing our records, this is actually the second mission we've done for Miss Arduin. The first was about 35 years ago. This time, the information I've received is that she needs assistance in discovering who might be behind some kind of plot against her. She has a list of people she'd like investigated, and says that she needs things done quite quickly. There's a time limit, it seems. She's hired a wagon, and that wagon is waiting to take you to her estate in the town of East Allenshire. The trip should take about a day by wagon. There'll be a stop in the village of Grey Crossing for fresh horses, and you'll be brought directly to her estate for further instructions. You'll be paid 35 gold each for the mission, and I am also including 2 potions of courage. These will give you advantage on charisma checks and saves for 10 minutes.
Cool.
So you can decide who among you gets those. She closes her folder again. Do you have any questions?
What was the mission that they had you do 30 years ago, you said?
She opens
Like
the
what kind of
folder
mission?
again, takes a look. We were called out to investigate who might be stealing from her. It seems that her designs were being copied or appropriated or something like that. According to the old notes, there was a business associate who ended up being the perpetrator. That's about...
Was he apprehended? Were they apprehended?
It doesn't actually say. Some of the old notes are woefully incomplete, I must say.
Okay. So it's a day's travel. Is there anything we should know about this Veil person? They probably rather eccentric.
Well, I honestly don't know too much about Miss Odwin outside of her work. Most of the clothing she designed was too expensive for me, but it's all quite top quality. I don't believe she's been doing any of that work for, 10 years, perhaps longer. It seems that perhaps she's in retirement.
She tend to keep to herself.
I honestly don't know. Probably. What I do know is that the town, East Allenshire, it has a number of large estates, large places where the wealthy can just get away from the rabble. So I wouldn't be surprised if Miss Odwin keeps to herself.
Retirement community, right? Okay.
Okay. So we get in, figure out who's stealing, and then get out.
Well, no, this is they said that someone's threatening her life. I think. What it was, because the old mission was the stealing.
Okay.
Things, right?
Correct.
We get
Chris
in.
asking also.
There's some plot against her.
Okay.
They might be related though. That's a good thought. I
We
know it's
get
a
in.
long time, but
We beat up the person threatening her.
She's got a number
And
of
then-
people she wants investigated.
Yes, it seems that this is more an talking to people kind of
yes.
kind of affair. I mean, perhaps that'll be beating people up. That's not out of the question, I suppose. But it's probably likely that you'll need to speak to people first.
We can talk. Maybe you two do more of the talking. Looking at you both.
Wait,
You want-
what
do you-
do we have to talk about?
Well, just we have to ask these people how they know Vale and just figure out if they know anybody who doesn't like her.
I imagine once you
Particularly.
speak with Miss Odwin that some of
speak to
these
her first.
details will likely become a little more clear.
We're the best investigating group here.
Is
but
this
yes.
wagon?
Oh.
I just wanted to ask if this wagon is going to be moving post haste, as they say.
As soon as you are ready, it will be ready.
Okay.
I mean, if you need to collect some supplies here or anything like that, do feel free, but I would not tarry too long. Your presence is definitely requested as soon as possible.
Perfect. Well, I don't have any more questions.
All right. In that case, you are led from the meeting room and find yourselves out on the steps of the guild. You're told that the wagon will be meeting you at the west gate of Takar. There's quite a, you won't be hard to, you'll be able
spot,
to
yeah.
find it pretty easily.
Okay.
So no worries on that front.
Denver would just be kind of to Mudpack, just be like, "You would not believe it. This party was crazy. At the end of it, this massive land shark just busted through the door with somebody on the back of it. It was brutal. And this dude, oh man, he was huge, and he like smashed my head in with his head. It was kind of hot, but also definitely almost killed me. So definitely do not recommend it. I'm just regaling you.
I normally don't like parties, but that one sounds actually kind of fun.
Right? It was insane.
Fun?
Well, no, it wasn't fun. No, that's not a good term for it. But it was definitely intense.
Who's telling me about it?
That's
you
true.
two.
Yeah.
Who was at the party? You two.
Yeah, that's true.
Who didn't die? You two.
Thanks, Mud.
Yes.
And
You did
out
good.
here,
You did good.
out here on the streets, there are a lot of people for it still being in the middle of winter. The sun is shining, though it is still fairly cold. There are kids playing. You can see, kind of the snow isn't very good to pack, but they're definitely still like shoveling snow at one another since they can't quite form snowballs. There are people trudging around through the slushy snow to get provisions or just to be outside for a few minutes when it's not icy cold. Is there anything that you would like to do here in the city before you depart for East Allenshire?
But I would like to get some health potions. But before we do that, are there any kids throwing snowballs?
Like they're shoveling, like using catapults.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to make you roll for that. You can see a couple of kids nearby that are kicking and throwing snow at one another.
What are they doing?
Oh, right. They're some kids, they like to throw bits of snow at each other. It's like play fighting, but with something they can't hurt each other with. Yeah, it's kids like to out a I don't know if it's aggression or just fullness with one another, but they just yeah. I forgot that that's probably new to you, but
Play is part of learning.
yeah, that is. It is. Oh, that's true. Because also a lot of really mean kids that'll rocks in the snowballs. So you learn to avoid those kids, I guess.
Wait, do you know which ones are the mean kids?
You don't know until they've thrown them, unfortunately. But I mean, I don't know. These kids seem nice.
Childhood is also working out the problems amongst themselves and
That's
not
true.
having a band of heavily armored folk tell them to not hurt each other. It
Right.
might work. It might work.
Maybe.
Okay.
But yes,
I
that's
would,
what that's.
I would
Mudpack
like to
wants to make a
test this.
perception check for any mean-looking kids.
Yeah, go ahead.
Insight and perception to get a vibe check.
Yeah,
on
is that
these
insight?
I'll
What
say
is that?
go ahead and make an insight check.
Okay.
Get a vibe check on these kids. Oh man. Yes. Screw that guy in our sure. We'll just talk with these kids.
This is the
Just
campaign.
That's a 14 for insight.
The kids that are near you seem pretty good-natured.
Okay. See?
There aren't like a ton of kids around, but this, small handful, 3 or 4 kids, they seem to be pretty chill.
Now, if we see any real mean muggers, James, I don't see any around here, but why don't we keep walking and see if we can't get into any little tiny bit of mischief before we leave town.
Oh, also
Can James make an insight check?
You're welcome, Paul. You're welcome.
oh my
I guess
God.
are
so
you
sorry.
just looking for a kid to hit? Like what is
James heard he wasn't going to get hit someone first on this mission.
Oh,
He was like,
no.
I got to find someone to hit. I got to find a wrong number.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Just one.
I'll say this, as you're walking, I'll have you make a perception check.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Perception. Okay.
First kid you
Plus
see.
plus one. What could possibly go on? 7 total.
Okay. Well, you keep your eye out.
Okay.
James,
Who's got the courage potions, by the way? I
yeah,
just thought of that.
who is putting the courage potions in their inventory?
I'll take them. I'll
Yeah.
hold on to them. I've
Just
got
both
the
of them, sure.
herbalist
Okay.
kit.
That's
So if anyone
perfect.
So you've
wants
got
one.
2 potions of courage. James, you were looking to get health potions. Any other business here in Takar?
Nope. Denra's good to go on the road. She's been stuck in the city for a week.
Mudpack wants to see if there's a clothing vendor to maybe find a simple but maybe nicer tunic than the one he's wearing.
Do you mention that to us? Like you
sure.
mentioned? I just, because Denra would say, maybe ask.
Like he's looking at his stuff like, we're going to, I normally don't hold much stock in these things, but I want to be taken seriously, you know.
Maybe you'd be able to get some information out of the guy or whoever's selling you news about this Vale person. They're obviously well known in the clothing industry. Maybe, I don't know. Just a thought.
What if we went to the hotel? The guy who gave us those beautiful satin robes. Remember them?
Oh,
what was their name? Are we welcome back there?
I don't think it's a crime scene at the moment, so I don't know if...
to look for some new clothes and a shop that sells the Mudpack. Go ahead and roll an investigation check.
No. That's 7.
Okay.
Lucky 7.
Hey.
You kick around a little bit. Yeah, you do find next to a general goods store a shop that simply says clothing above the door, which, you know,
hey, simple.
Seems like a good...
He's a man of simple needs.
Oh, yeah.
Clothing, perfect.
There it is.
Everything else has weird names, like they're called after people. You're like, do they live there?
Yeah. I don't know who this Ralph Lauren guy is, but...
He sure has a lot of homes.
Lots of them.
Yeah, you duck into the shop. And there are, as advertised, all kinds of clothes. There's clothes piled on top of things. There's racks. Just clothes. The place is overstuffed with clothes. There are a couple of people poking around, looking at coats.
Coats.
And you hear from the back, just 1 second.
Oh, boy.
And after a minute, a cobbled in like what should be noted as a really beautiful suit comes out.
Mr. Pinky, the cobbled.
Yes. Yes.
Hello. How can I help you?
I'm just looking for a simple tunic. Just a plain cloth and simple woven, nothing too fancy.
For indoor use or outdoor use?
Outdoor use, I suppose.
Do you have any particular allergies to fabrics?
All natural fabrics.
All natural. Okay. No magical fabrics then. Understood. He pulls a tape measure off from around his neck and says, "I'm going to measure you. 1 moment." And
it's necessary.
Yes. And he does measure you really quick. He's not obtrusive about it, but
okay. But Pat's just not used to it.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second, and you wait right there.
Mudpack waits and just looks around at all of the different materials. So many things.
He comes back with a, it should be noted, relatively simple tunic. It's in quite good shape. Looks like it's made of wool. It's a dark brown It looks like it might be a little itchy, but it does look like it's in no holes or anything like that.
Solid.
And
That's
it definitely looks like it'll fit.
Mudpack likes wool. That works out. That is a fine piece, sir.
It is. Let's say 6 silver.
6 silver it is.
Good.
Pull it out of his. Mudpack doesn't know how to haggle. Doesn't matter. But
I love kobolds. They're just the best.
oh, perfect. Thank you very much, sir. He's just gonna take his cloak off and throw the wool on, and then throw the cloak on over
Got
there.
it.
Hell yeah.
You've got yourself a new wool tunic.
Heard this one time. I'll wear it out.
Good.
The snap was the perfect.
Good. Please come again.
Take care.
Oh, I love Mudpack so much.
Yeah.
James, in order to find... so there's been a bit of a run on healing products in the last week. So in order to find a good price for things, go ahead and roll an investigation check for me.
Okay, let's see. Investigation. It could. Oh, it's -1. Okay. Oh man. Okay. 9 minus 1, which means it's an 8.
Oh.
Okay. So you are able to find a general goods shop that is stocking health potions. Their current price for health potions are 50 gold for common healing.
Can I say Denra would be with him helping?
I think that's
with
fair.
Okay, I just say that's really pricey. I know that I've seen Mudpack work with a kit before that he's been able to put together some of potions like this. Maybe while we're on the road, we could ask if he could make a couple, or maybe one. I don't know. We won't be on the road very long, but
I mean, you know how the last mission went when we didn't have much healing.
I know it'd be fine. I think having it's a good thought though. Definitely to bring potions, but that's a lot. 50.
Maybe can we ask them to lower it?
I mean, you're a pretty good talker, so you could probably maybe talk him down. But I think also it's because of what's going on right now. There's a lot of people that need them, and it's just they're harder to find, I guess. So it'd be difficult to really ask him to go down much further. But
Do you want to try haggling, James?
Try.
Let's try. Let's talk to the guy.
Okay, so you go up. There is a human woman behind the counter. Did you find what you're looking for?
Yes, I do have a couple of questions.
Okay.
Are these the healing potions that healed people from the hotel attack?
Well, I mean, those are our current stock of healing potions.
I heard a couple of moments ago that they could bring people back from the dead.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, there's people, if you get hurt, it's kind of the time to use them. If you're like dead or whatnot, then you got to go, probably to a place, to the churches or whatnot, that kind of thing. And she looks at you in full armor with a sword, and she's like, "Are you not familiar with healing potions and how those work? Is that?"
I mean, I'm good with my hands, but this time I want to be prepared because I just don't want my friends to get hurt.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if someone like hits you with a sword or whatnot, then you want to be taking a healing potion or some kind of thing so that you don't croak, right? That's how they work.
Yes, but me and my friends here, we saved people from that hotel attack. We helped people not die from a giant bullet crashing into the door.
Good for you.
It's one of the reasons why so many people needed health potions from you in the first place. So I was wondering if you could please help us save more people by giving us a little discounted health potion, maybe.
In Minotaur, Denver just goes, "Oh shit."
Go ahead. You know what? Go ahead and make a persuasion check. Just a straight persuasion check.
That is plus 5.
Hell yeah.
So it's not
You're the
that bad.
face,
I guess.
baby.
Okay, 10 plus 5. That is a 15.
She says, well, not that I'm not grateful for you saving a bunch of rich folk, but I'm on good terms with the guild and all that. I could give you a 5 gold discount. Bring it down to 45. That's about all I can do. We're not going to get another shipment in for a little bit, so this is what we got.
How much does the mission pay?
35.
Damn, this health potion costs more than one mission.
Health potions are really expensive. That's just
Yeah, they are.
the market is not good.
Yeah,
for
50 like the book's price.
50
too.
is the book price.
Yeah. You've been nice and given us discounts.
Not tech. This is all a question. This is meta. I'm waiting. I'll wait.
Okay.
I'll wait.
45 I think is the best I can do. 2 weeks from now we'll get a new shipment. Prices will probably go back to normal, but for right now, that's what I got.
I think that if we want to go, maybe we split for one, so we're not spending so much. Because I know Mud's pretty accomplished at helping in those places as well. Not to everything on him, but I don't know. That's a lot. But if you get maybe you get one, I get one, just so that we're square in case we can't get healed any other way.
Yeah. I'll get one if you get one, just in case anything.
We'll do it. So put down the 45 for mine.
I'll do it if you do it. You want
Yeah.
fries? I'll get fries.
Yeah.
Healing potion
I'll
for the
do-
table.
I will
amazing.
spend 45 for one health potion.
Okay.
And I would like to ask where this church is that people are getting back from the dead.
Oh yeah. actually.
Asking for a friend.
For a dead wife.
I mean, personally, I'm not much of a religious type, but there's several churches around. I mean, you got, the elves have their church thing, and I think the gnomes have a church somewhere, and then of course there's the big Church of the King Ascendant. So they're around. It's just not my specialty. I apologize. You look behind you. There are a couple people in line.
Oh. Benner picks up her potion, puts it in her bag, and walks away.
I appreciate your business, sirs. Appreciate your business.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's fun.
All right,
Okay.
let's go.
No other business here in Takar?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Well, you gather near the west gate, and you can see that there is a wagon being set up. Not a large one. It is like partially covered. There's like higher walls, but not a full roof on it. It's light. It's not really made for super comfort, but more for getting there in a hurry. Driving the cart, let's see, is a half orc in riding clothes, bundled up, currently hitching up 2 horses. Got a wide hat on. As you see your wagon, I assume you probably go up to it.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Oh, in sync. Go right ahead, my
You
back.
owe me a beverage.
I'll get you one. Don't worry.
A legally distinct cola beverage.
Legally, yeah. There you go.
You're talking about me. Oh.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oops, I didn't even think that.
As you approach, the driver turns and says, "Oh, are you the ones riding in?"
Aye.
Yep.
Okay.
You got the elite squad this time.
All right.
Oh boy.
Well, if you got any business to take care of, now's the time. I got pretty strict orders. Once we start, I'm not supposed to stop for nothing. Just straight on through until we get to Grey Crossing.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
What are you scared of, sir?
Oh, it's just a long drive.
Let's get started.
And we'll just be stopping over in Grey Crossing for horses?
Yep. I'll swap out with another driver. You get fresh horses, and then I'll sleep.
Okay.
And you can see they've got like coffee set up
Oh,
on their
no.
seat.
Smells good.
So the driver finishes hitching up. You learn that the driver's name is Charlie. And they look tense. You know, what little you get out of them is that basically there is a 12-hour drive through slushy snow ahead with no stops. Like, that's what they're getting paid for. They're getting paid a bonus, and they're getting paid to go as quickly as they can feasibly go and not stop for anything.
Okay.
So
Well.
they're not, you know, this is not as comfortable a drive as maybe they're used to.
Yeah. Perfect.
But they finished getting things hitched up, and I'm going to wait just a moment for connection issues to clear up
Oh, fun.
so that I'm not
Gotta love it.
giving pertinent plot details. I went through and I reset the internet.
Yeah.
I took the time to be like, oh, let's reset our connection. Let's make sure everything's decent. And it's just technology is what it is. All right, I see a green light. I think we're all right. So
Mudpack is clocking the record the 2 cold resistance potions that he still has from another mission that were never needed.
Smart.
got it.
In case Lee or the other driver
Yeah.
needs it.
As Charlie gets in the seat, they look back and say, not to be indelicate, but if you have to do business, you'll have to do it at the back, because no stops till Grey Crossing. They get the horses
dear.
started
Okay.
and jolt, and off you go out of Takar and into the crisp morning winter air.
Boy.
We'll see what the weather's like for the rest of the day. Throughout the morning, the sun stays. As it gets into the afternoon, some clouds start to roll in, which actually does a little bit to make it a little warmer by 5 degrees. Not a whole lot, but it's a little bit. But you do lose the sun in the afternoon, which is a little sad. Is there anything that you would like to be doing here during the day while you're just in the cart?
Well, first of all, Denner would comment on the nice wools that Mudpack got. They look very nice.
Thank you.
And then also, we bought some healing potions that were rather expensive. I didn't know, Mudpack, do you know how to make these, kind of, right? Sometimes.
I've got a kit. I can see what I can whip up.
Okay, just that's good to know. Just in case it's get lost or we need more of them. James and I are just a little skittish about that thing, the last mission.
No
Thing
apologies
is-
necessary.
The store person said we'll just take you to the church and then we'll bring you back from the dead.
Yeah, the
Easy
church is
peasy.
the answer for a lot of humans. It's just go to the King Ascendant. Oh, he's so great.
Why is that?
I don't know. I think it's just because everybody everybody does it, so it's just kind of the thing, and they also enforce it pretty heavily.
It might be a metaphor.
Maybe that makes
Back
sense.
to
For
life,
what?
reborn in the
Yeah.
church.
Yeah,
Maybe they have like a posthumous baptism ceremony. I don't know.
that makes sense actually,
Mhm.
but it's still strange that they'd rely
Sure.
so heavily on them.
Especially because they're not listening. They don't care.
Wait, they who?
The the people, but they forget it. Never mind. Never mind. They don't care.
I
Trust
think
me.
that Deb kind of puts something together in her head, but doesn't say anything. Just kind of, okay. Huh. Weird.
Listen to the trees, James.
Not a bad idea. The trees are very nice people sometimes.
The trees?
Trees?
The trees say, "You don't fucking know me."
We just whiz by them.
Oh man, my pack almost got speak with plants. Damn it.
Morning turns to afternoon, and the pace is just a little grueling. For you, it's kind of boring because you really can't do anything but just sit in the cart and wait. You pass by just a couple of carts on their way in to Takar. Not a whole lot of traffic out right now. As afternoon starts to slip into evening, you don't get a sunset because it's too cloudy. Suddenly you just find it's getting quite dark. All three of you go ahead and roll a perception check.
Are we at disadvantage because of the darkness?
You are not.
Okay.
No.
I'm just making sure.
I want to find that mean kid.
Out in the middle of the
You find one mean kid and you just throw your sword at him.
No, not me. 3.
3 for perception. All right, Denra.
Yeah.
15.
15. Mudback.
12.
12.
boy.
Okay.
Is you done right? Is anybody with you?
Denra,
Okay.
the first thing that you notice, this is probably 20 yards off the road. So not super far away, but it is obscured. You see from fairly far away as you're driving up a large campfire, which, you know, people camp off the road. It's something you've certainly done. But as you watch the campfire, you also see another fire that moves, like someone with a torch or something. And you hear bits of loud voices on the wind. You're still kind of far away at this point, like you're coming up on this, you know, approaching this camp that's off the road. But you've been an adventurer for a while, and that instinct of trouble,
Yeah.
kind of, you can feel that hit.
She pulls out a javelin just to have it ready to throw, and when we become in range, just in case anybody gets hostile towards us, and I'll be like, I don't know what's going on, but seems like trouble up ahead. I know that Charlie's not going to stop. He was told not to, but just get ready for anything.
Okay. Since you said that, I will let Mudpack and James do another perception check at advantage.
Thank you.
Because now you know what you're looking for.
Oh, great.
I got a natural 1 and a
Oh.
3. It's not looking good
Piece of
tonight,
snow
guys.
just in your eye.
All right. Mudpack, what'd you get?
13 this time.
Okay.
Better.
And Denra, go ahead and give me one more at advantage to see if you can.
Oh God!
One more chance, guys.
I just want
What
to
kind
see
of
what else you get. If Mudpack's the best, or
Dirty 20. Okay.
okay.
These dice is good.
James, you're just, you know,
God damn it.
any talk about religion in your day is just like, just it's like a wet blanket.
I love it.
Mudpack, now that Denra has pointed it out, you do see it's tough. You're still approaching. You're probably 50 yards from being even with them. And you see activity moving back and forth, blocking the fire, like shadows could be dancing, could be movement. You're not sure. Denra, you hear you hear someone in trouble. You hear a cry of distress.
Shit. Guys, I really don't like the sound of that, and I think someone's in trouble.
Snowball?
No, I don't know if a snowball is all we need. We need to stop this cart. And I know Charlie isn't going to want to stop it. I'm going to... so we're moving pretty quickly, right?
I mean, you're moving at a decent pace, like a good jogging
yeah.
pace, because it's, a
Okay,
full 12 hours push.
Right, and they're not, dashing the whole time. Okay.
I'll go. I can go check it out. Oh,
Actually, yeah, that's a good idea.
Mudpack's gonna wild shape into a wolf and jump out of the cart and stealth over to the fire along the path
Okay.
and branch off.
Yeah, Wolfpack, you leap off of the cart.
Wolfpack!
And as a wolf, you're on 4 feet. You don't need to make a check to get off of the cart. We're not going that fast.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a stealth check. You wanted to get in there stealthy.
Is there enough room on the front seat for another person, or is it just him? Charlie.
Charlie's got like a bunch of stuff up there. So
Oh, that's true. Never mind.
The dice are not my friends today. That was a nat 1.
Oh.
Okay.
Yep, we're gonna die today. We're gonna
You know
die.
what? Nat
We're gonna
1s are opportunities.
No, that's
Nat
true.
1s
That's true.
are
That's true.
opportunities.
All right.
Yes.
So
I'm thinking.
you keep low and kind of do the dog belly crawl in to try to get in there unseen. And as you are nearing, you are now hearing distress. You are hearing people in trouble. You are smelling fear and something else. And as you're trying to discern what that something else is, you hear a from behind you. And you turn, and there is what looks to be like a person. But they do not look friendly.
What looks like a person.
Growl. Intimidation check.
They
Or not.
they don't care. They
No F's at all given. What
No,
is the rating of this show?
signal.
Ow!
yeah, they're gonna go ahead and make an attack against you.
Oh hell no!
Maybe in response to, oh, what the hell?
That is a 10 to hit, Wolfpack.
Yee. That does not hit.
Okay.
That I've got my wolf stats.
This thing
Nice.
grabs you and tries to bite at you.
Oh hell no!
The person thing tries to bite me.
Yes, it does.
Oh, boy. That's frightening.
I'm gonna try and
And
duck out of that shit
yeah,
and swipe at
you
it.
are able to avoid it, and overwhelmingly you smell death and decay.
Oh god.
Great.
Run from that.
Okay.
Fun
If you
shit.
run from it,
I
it will
like
take
it.
an attack of opportunity on you.
Oh, what if I attack it first?
I mean, it'll still take an attack of opportunity on you because it's just what it can do.
Okay.
So you're welcome to make an attack against it right now if you like.
Alright, Mudpack's gonna leap at this thing.
Okay.
And see if he
Nice.
ground it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do we see or hear any of this, or is it out of sight?
With a big old loud growl.
You're still
maybe.
approaching, and you are now. Both of you go ahead and make perception checks, just straight. And Mudpack, go ahead and make that attack roll.
Perception. That
What
is +1. So I have 14.
I got a 13.
Okay. I mean, you're both hearing noise coming from this camp. Mudpack, what'd you roll?
That was another nat 1. Bye,
my
this dice.
God.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Yeah,
You
Bye.
leap at it, it actually catches you, like grabs you, and is going to attempt another bite.
Oh, hell no.
Okay.
No.
That's a 16 to hit.
That
This
does
is-
hit.
Okay. Just wait till I get over there. Just wait. Just you
That
wait.
is
Henry.
for 7 piercing damage. It grabs you and just bites into your shoulder. And this close, you can smell Mudpack that this is a dead thing
Ugh.
that is attacking you.
Wait. Oh, can I jump in or can
I think you need to wait. I would say
We're
that
almost there.
you're almost there, and I would say Mudpack needs to make some kind of alert before you are fully aware that there is a big problem.
Yeah.
Mudpack is going to howl one more time
Mm-hmm.
and unwild shape as a bonus action, and as an action cast Flame Blade.
Ooh, nice.
Okay.
Fuck you! Get out of my face!
All right. That is going to officially put us into initiative.
There we go.
Let's go.
So let's.
Just waiting.
Yeah.
Like, are we
Let's.
fighting yet? We're fighting, right?
We are now fighting.
I love fighting.
So let's
Let's
go
go.
ahead. I will call for those in just a minute.
Are you kidding me?
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
okay with this, actually.
Okay.
I don't think we've ever done this just totally on the air.
Yeah, no. Usually
Was
combat's
this planned?
the ending of it, or
Yes.
I mean,
yeah, partially, I'm sure. Our reactions weren't planned.
Now this show isn't scripted. You didn't get the script?
I forgot to.
I made my own adjustments and didn't tell anybody.
There you go.
Okay. Since there's just so few people, I will just call for them as they are. Mudpack, what'd you get?
11.
Okay, so that's Mudpack. 11. Denra, what'd you get?
That's a nat 1 for a 3.
Okay, Denra at 3. And James, what'd you get?
17.
17.
Nice.
Okay,
Bad feeling.
let me reorder this a little bit.
What's a bad feeling about this?
We're in a tight spot.
There's James.
Never tell me the odds.
There's one of these
Toot, toot.
things.
That's not your line.
Yeah, I know.
Someone did not read the script.
C-3PO's boring. No, I'm just kidding. I love it.
Mudpack.
If the Adventurers Guild were Star Wars characters.
Oh, God.
Let's not get into that. Okay. All right.
Legally distinct space
Legally distinct space adventure.
Yeah, there you go.
Legally distinct space samurai western.
Samurai Western.
Alright.
Yeah.
Nebula battles.
Very good. I like that. That's good.
Okay.
Pulsar fights. Stupid.
So starting things off is the creature that is attacking Mudpack.
Oh my god.
It is starting. Yeah, it will use its claws here because you are away from it now. That is an 11 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay, so it tries to claw at you, and you manage to like wave your flame blade in front of it.
Very, very scary.
James, you are up. You are approaching even with the camp now, and at this point you can tell that bad things are happening. You now hear a scream, like a pained scream, come from the camp.
Okay, I don't want to metagame. So can I do a perception check to see if I sense any undead, right?
I mean, you can use your ability to do so. You've got
Okay.
what,
Fine.
Channel
Divine
Divine
Sense.
Sense. Yeah, would that be my action or can I just use it?
Let me take a quick look here.
Oh, it says divine sense as an action.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, divine
unfortunately.
sense is an
Yeah.
action, so that would be your whole action to do so.
All right. I'm gonna run to the source of the scream. I can.
Okay.
And I'm gonna.
I would like so the card is still moving.
Oh yeah.
So I am going to need you to make a low DC dexterity check to jump out of the
Okay.
moving cart. I'm going to say
+0.
that it's going to be 10. That's going to be the number to beat here.
Well, I got a 14.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, you get out of it no problem. Leap onto the snowy road, and you have your full movement, which is that 35 for you?
30 feet to be
Okay.
exact.
30 feet is going to get you to where Mudpack is. And you can see Mudpack's flaming blades. And you can see that Mudpack is fighting some kind of humanoid thing.
Oh, absolutely not. Okay. Let's give it a good whack with my maul.
Okay.
That is a 12 plus 5 for a 17.
That will hit.
And that is 2d6 plus
Nice.
7 plus 3. That is 10 total damage.
10 damage. Nice. So you roll up on this situation and you smash this humanoid directly in the face.
Oh, yeah.
And it lets out this like really gross like as you do so.
Do I get a sense of what it is when I smash it?
I'll let you go ahead and make a perception check.
By the light of Mudpack's flame blade.
12 plus 1. That is a 13.
It smells really bad.
Oh, damn it.
Like you can't you can't see well enough here in the dark, but it doesn't smell or sound right.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that your whole turn?
Yes, sir. That's it for me.
Okay. We'll take. I'll have them all roll perception checks to see if they can tell something else has happened.
Them all.
That one's
Wonder how
not
many.
doing it, so it's going to go ahead and just make a couple of attack, or make that attack. Oh, okay. Next one, we'll make a perception check. Okay, it does sense someone new, so this one is going to push its way through the brush and attack Mudpack as well. So you see that another one of these humanoids, like slightly bigger and bulkier, comes out and is going to make a claw attack. Mudpack, that is a 16 to hit.
Yes.
Okay. That is 6 slashing damage, and I do need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. That is a 17.
Yeah. You can feel as this thing rakes its claws across your skin that it doesn't feel good. Like there's some nastiness in this, but it's nothing that takes hold. And Mudpack, you are up. You now have 2 of these things within melee.
Okay.
Let's do a spinning attack. Hit both of them.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm thinking, because I don't want to do another spell, because then I'd lose the flame blade, and I just did it. So
Yeah, I mean, you've got Flame Blade up, and
can I do a low ankle sweep of both of them?
I would say at
It
this
just makes them shorter. Doesn't do a
time,
damn thing.
no. I would say at this point you need to focus on one target. Times
All
are not
right,
quite
I
desperate
will
enough.
go for the one that just hit. I will go for the one that just attacked me.
Got it.
And just swipe as high as I can across its chest.
Okay, go ahead and make a spell attack.
That's a dirty 20.
Yeah, that will definitely hit.
Bam.
Hell yeah.
D6. Could have been better. 9 fire damage.
Okay. Nice. Go ahead and make a perception check, Mudpack.
What the crap? This dice is also going away now.
Oh no.
There's another nat one.
Oh.
That's just how they roll. It's just how they
Yeah.
roll.
Yeah, things are happening so fast that you just don't have time to like process anything. You're just waving this flame around and wanting things to go away. But yeah, you do solidly hit it.
Why did we get off the cart?
Yeah.
Anything else that you'd like to do for your turn?
Try and take a few steps back.
Okay,
Like-
if you do that, you are going to provoke attacks of opportunity for sure.
That's right.
Yeah.
D&D, damn it.
Yeah.
I'll stay there and keep with James.
Sounds
Not
good.
abandon him.
A thing to think
Back to
about
back.
that I
back
was
to
just
back.
looking at it.
Back to legs.
You can use another spell with this as long as it's not a concentration spell.
Okay.
You can basically like let go of the blade and get it back as a bonus action.
Okay.
So you can do other things if they're not concentration spells. So just keep that in mind for your next turn, or you can just wave an awesome flame blade around. That is also very effective.
Kill zombies with them.
It is definitely working. So
Thank you.
okay, it's another one of these things, and I will have it roll perception check. Yeah, they're not very perceptive. Also can't hit for shit. And the next one, no perception, no hit.
Oh boy.
There's a lot of flailing happening in the camp. That's what's going on. It's a whole group of not very effective things here. Denra, you are up,
Okay.
and you are
so-
still in the cart.
Yeah, and it technically hasn't moved, so it's moving, but
It's still moving.
right. So it's
I'm
about
gonna say
how
that-
far
that-
from the
You're about even now.
so about 20 feet away. It was away from the road, right? I think. You
Yeah,
might have said
so
20 yards, sorry.
with 30 feet after you get out of the cart, you can get to Mudpack and James.
I've got 40 feet because I.
Then you could push a little farther in if you
Okay,
wanted
cool.
to incur a bunch of attacks of opportunity.
That's true. I guess they are surrounding those two. So yeah, she'll hop off. So I'll make the check. Just dexterity check.
Yes, dexterity check of 10.
Ooh, good that I rolled a 9 plus 2, 11.
Okay.
Okay. So,
Yeah, you hop out a little unsteady. It's a little slushy, but you don't lose any movement, and you
Gotcha.
are able to use your full movement speed.
And I will fly into a rage, and this green aura will surround me of a bear around my head, and I'll charge in and swing at the one that's coming behind Mudpack, because he's got like 2 people on him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, she'll go for the one behind him.
Sure.
And she's 10 feet back with her reach, so.
Okay. Yeah, you do that. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
That is a plus 8. Oh yeah, because I got it upgraded. Sorry, 19 to hit. My bad.
19 will hit.
Hell yeah. Why did I not grab a D10? There we go. That is 15 damage, 'cause plus 2. And is he still up?
That one, which is the one that originally attacked Mudpack, is now gone.
Sweet. Do I have another one within reach? I've got 10 feet of movement left also if I need it.
Yeah, you could step forward and attack the other one that Mudpack's engaged with.
Yeah,
you step forward and just hack into this one with your glaive. Just like, grr, grr, and manage to like saw your way through.
I like to, she like swings down and like throws him aside and then runs behind Mudpack and slams down on the other one.
There's just splashes of gore all over the snow here.
That is another 19. Nice.
That will hit.
For plus 5, that is 9 points of damage.
Okay. Not enough to kill it, but you do like, you cut basically what should be a mortal wound, just a huge chunk right below its ribs. And it takes a little notice, but doesn't seem particularly bothered. If you'd like to also make a perception check, as the others have done, to see
see if I
what
see
on
any
earth
others.
you're looking at.
Oh, that's true. That's pretty good. That's a 16.
Yeah, in the light of Mudpack's Flame Blade, which actually specifically does cast light, this is some kind of undead thing. You can see that it's not a slow corpse. This is more put together. This is fast and vicious. It has these really long, like bone-like claws on it that are slowly dripping.
Chris loves these creatures. Anyway,
it's gross. Super gross.
Denra will use her bonus action to hit the same guy with the back end of her glaive.
Okay.
Full arm master. That's really good. It's above a 25.
Okay.
It's really
that'll
high
hit.
up there. Not very much damage. It's just the back end, so it's only a D4.
You definitively got him.
Yeah, I got it. So another 9 damage.
Okay. You basically punch a hole right through his ribs. Just like cave in a big section.
And he's still up?
He wobbles a little bit. Looks like he might be close, but...
rough. All right. That's it.
Okay. That brings us to the top of the round. You do hear from the road, if you're listening, you hear, "Oh, God damn it," as the wagon comes to a stop.
We can catch up to him.
Sorry, Charlie.
James, you are up.
How many creatures are left?
So what you can see, you can hear others further in the camp, and there is one that is right near you that is in combat with Denra and Mudpack.
Yeah.
So you could choose to engage with this one, or you could push further in to the camp.
I'm gonna stick with my buddies. Can I make one more perception check so I kind of know what it is?
Yeah.
Or would I?
Honestly, at this point, there's been enough light cast around. This is some kind of undead.
Denra yells, "It's undead!
It's undead!"
It smells dead. It looks dead. If it talks, if it walks like a dead and it quacks like a dead, it's a duck.
Dead? Wait.
So
ducks are undead. That is canon.
All of them. All ducks.
I believe it.
Birds aren't real, so.
And I will say that the one that you are looking at right now has taken a lot of damage and looks pretty unsteady, so I don't think you need to unload on it.
Fitful Divine Smite.
I kind of want to control that.
You can do whatever you want. I'm just letting you know that the one you're looking at right here looks like it's on its last dead legs.
All right, then I'll just do it like a good old 1-2 and make it easy.
Good old boy.
19 plus 5 is a 24. I sound so disappointed, even though.
Yeah, you really do.
Friggin' 24. God dang it.
I guess I just have to kill the fuck out of this thing.
Fine,
Wow.
get
It's
demolish it.
Another
like,
day in
super
the
easy.
office.
Back to the grave. That is 6 + 3 + 3. That is 12 damage.
Yeah. So Denner hits it a couple times. Mudpack hits it, and you come in, stepping kind of right in between them, and you raise up your maul, and you just cave this thing's head right in, just like collapse.
Wombo combo. Hell
Yeah.
It doesn't even have time to make a noise. It's just onto the ground. Super dead.
Okay. So there's more ahead.
There's a lot of them.
Here's
A lot of
some did Mudpack hear screaming?
Yeah.
Was there
Oh,
screaming?
there are yells. There is an attack happening ahead.
Cool.
You've not used any movement yet, so you could move forward if you wish.
Yeah, we're still in initiative.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask my buddies, like, to be safe. I mean, is this the place we're supposed to go to?
No, but I just don't like things. So, and she'll point. Just because
You
we
know
don't have
what?
time. He's like, over there.
People are in trouble, and we need to help them. I'm gonna run to the source of the commotion.
Let's
Okay.
go check it out. But let's not run straight in. Denra! Denra!
James, I assume you are. You tell me what your approach is like, James.
I am going to take out my maul. Give it like the whole Lane, you can hear it ringing throughout the
Free
forest
action,
like
you
a
can do
dinner
that,
bell.
Yeah.
Just as a dinner bell, like, come and get it, motherfuckers. Let's do this.
Hell yeah. Love that.
I meant more like, what's your approach like through the brush to look into this camp? Like, are you just busting through, like kicking down a door style? Are you sneaking in?
I am not sneaking. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Okay,
I want to bring as many to me as possible.
All right, so you walk through the brush, wanting to draw a crowd. What you see in front of you was like a traveler's camp. There were several tents set up. One of those tents has been absolutely torn apart. You do see a couple of bodies on the ground, and you see 3 of these undead creatures who are trying to get at other people in the camp.
How fresh
go
are
ahead.
these bodies?
How fresh are the bodies?
Yeah.
It's very difficult to tell. These particular kinds of creatures don't age like they should. So there's really no good way to tell. They're definitely not like your typical zombies where, like, the longer you leave them out, the more they bake, and they just kind of, turn into bones and a little bit of clothing eventually. These are different than that. Go ahead and make an intimidation check as you come in to see how much of this attention you can draw.
Intimidation +3. Let's see. Natural 20. Ooh.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
All eyes are on you. So you roll in,
Get your fuck.
ringing the dinner bell, and you have their attention. So that is action, movement. I assume most of your bonus actions are just combat.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So you are just ready.
Yeah.
And one of these stops harassing the person that it was trying to attack and turns towards you and starts, like, runs across the camp at you, claws out, and it will go ahead and do that claw attack.
Hell yeah.
That is a 13 to hit.
Nope.
So it just rakes its claws across your gleaming armor. Mudpack, you are up.
Can I do a health review?
I think you actually have to take... Don't you have to take damage?
think it's
Fair.
actually, yeah, that might be the case. I can't
Never mind then.
Let me take
I
a
don't
quick
want to take
look.
up too much time.
Yeah, it once you take damage, you can do that.
Yep. All right. I'm
All right.
sorry.
No, you're good. Mudpack, you are up. You just saw James like a fucking cowboy just roll into that camp.
Ah. Well, Mudpack's gonna get to the outskirts because he's got a movement of 25, so he can't quite get quite as far as James did.
You can
But that's
definitely make it
okay.
enough in there to where you can see into the camp.
Wonderful. How closely are the other undeads grouped?
They're not in a
individuals.
group. They're kind of spread out through the camp. One of them is now on James, who is 10 feet away from you. These other two have turned to look at James. One is like 20 feet. One is like 25 feet away.
And the villagers like behind them, or
Yeah,
campers.
there are several villagers. There are several people around.
Okay.
No thunder wave. We don't want to hurt the civilians.
Thank you, Lexana.
Shatter.
Ouch.
Ouch.
Zing! You know. All right. So Mudpack is going to use his quarterstaff and feel the energy running through the mistletoe that he keeps wrapped around it, and bring it into the sky and call forth a moonbeam down
Nice.
on not the closest, not the one right on James, because I don't want to get James, but the next closest, like the 20 feet away.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So you, all of a
Such good
sudden,
visual.
through this cloudy, snowy night, a bright beam of moonlight just shines down on this spot. And when it starts its turn there, it's going to have to make a throw, and it's going to be very unhappy about that.
Bam!
Your flame blade does fade when you do that, I believe.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it's concentration.
it's concentration of a minute. So
But now you've got this.
all my
awesome
good stuff is
moonbeam.
concentration. So
All the
Any-
good ones, period, are concentration.
They are.
Okay.
I have
Anything
to
else?
think about stuff.
Yeah. Got to focus. Anything else you'd like to do for your turn?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm
What a
concentrating.
wonderful noise,
I'm just
though.
gonna focus.
Such a great balloon was that.
So that goes to the one who is in the moonbeam. So it's going to have to. It starts its turn there and needs to make a Constitution save. What is your spell save DC?
That is 14.
It rolled a 15.
Boom!
It still takes. So go ahead and still roll 2d10 radiant damage because it's going to take half of that.
And a half. Yeah. There's 1 to 2. I got mad at my dice and tried to trade them all out. There we go.
Understandable.
There we go. 2d10.
When they misbehave, they're punished.
Still not behaving super great. That's just a 5, so half that's just 2, right?
Okay, yeah, 2.
2 radiant damage.
But now you've got this moonbeam on the field
Heck yeah.
that you can move around. So
Yeah.
as soon as the moonbeam hits, it shies away. These like really thin white flames flash across its body, and it winces and stumbles out of the moonbeam, and then takes off towards James. James wanted the heat. James getting the heat. It's going to go ahead and also use its claws. That is a 23 to hit.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Go ahead. Just me. It's fine.
No!
Kill me.
That is 7 slashing damage. So as the one scrapes across your armor, this one catches you like on the face and rakes across. And I need you to make a Constitution save.
Sure. Constitution saving throw. +1. There's a 10 + 1.
Yeah. You could, again, like just like Mudpack did, you can feel that there's some like gross stuff in these claws, but it doesn't take hold at the moment.
May I please use Hellish Rebuke?
Yes, you certainly can.
That is a deck save for them. 13.
Such a great spell.
It made it. It rolled a 17. This one's
Well,
like
take half as much then. Gee.
Fine then.
From those 28 days later zombies.
Oh, yeah.
yes, 100%.
Yeah.
The best zombie movie, unquestionably.
That is a 10 plus a 3, so half of that is
So 13 down to 6.
6. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see.
A whole bunch of stuff just happens like all at once. Like
Oh yeah.
it gets moonbeamed, it slashes at you, you like this wave of flame hits it, just all within like 2 or 3 seconds. It's pretty
Insane.
wild. Okay. That is its turn. The other one, this is the last one, is also going to head towards James. And will also try to claw you. But that is only an 11 to hit.
Not
You
today.
got that big armor.
Not today.
Not today. Screw your silk
that-
robes.
That brings us
the
down
zombies.
to Denra.
All right, so they're all on James now.
They're all on James.
Okay.
Yep. James
Yeah.
has 3 of these things.
She will run up behind her buddy, or not behind, run up beside her buddy, and try and help take these guys out. She'll take the one on just the right, I guess.
Sure.
Wombo combo.
And fuck it, she's gonna go reckless. She hasn't got hit yet, and I'm glad she did. That's 22 to hit.
That will hit.
There's a reason fuck that and reckless rhyme.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Minimum damage, so that's 8 points of damage on the first one.
Okay.
Still up, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay, second attack. That's both a 16 and a 17 on the die, so plus
Yeah.
8. So math. That's max damage. There we go. Swinging all the way. So that is plus 17 points of damage.
17.
Yeah.
Okay, that one dies.
Just
Bam! Get hit.
slice twice into it and just kind of, I'd imagine, just bisects it. And
Yeah,
falls
she's
to
she's
pieces.
hacking right through it. Absolutely brutal. Just like it's as you cut into it, there's like steam comes up from the hot innards interacting with the cold air. It's very cinematic and disgusting.
Yes. So, so did I move at least 20 feet before I came in this direction?
Let's say yes.
Okay, because I want to use my bonus action, my momentum. I've got the Goring Rush, the other one next to him. So just attack with my horns.
Sure.
So reckless.
Hit.
So that's 17 to hit.
17 will hit.
Okay, that's a D6. 4. Fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah. These die. Y'all, I'm stealing all of your luck, B and James, and getting really good luck. It's crazy.
It's a team. We're in a team.
That's true. That's true. So that's 10 points of damage.
All right, you attack this other one, smash it with your horns, and it just leaves these 2 like gouges in its midsection.
Oh, that's weird to not have them just fly away.
Yeah.
It's like, had to like pull them back out.
And you've got like, as you pull it out, you've got like thick gunk dripping down your horns.
Gives it a shake to get it out. I don't know if it'll work, but
All right, is that everything for your turn?
yep, that's it.
All right, James, you are up.
All right, so there's 2 left.
There are 2 left.
Okay, I would like to use my javelin to pin one to a tree. And may I please specify non-lethal damage?
Yeah,
Shoulder.
you can give that a shot.
So we'll see how this goes. Okay.
Do you pin it high enough so it can't just walk off of the
Oh, that's just.
Yeah, so I got a 13 plus a 5. That is an 18.
That will hit.
And so it's just a 1d6 plus 3. So it is a 4 plus 3. That is a 7.
Okay, let me take a look here. So we're going to call this restrained. And what I need you to do is give me an athletics check. Okay. And this is going to be your role to see how deeply this is embedded.
Athletics plus 3. Easy peasy. Lemon is squeezed. Okay. That is a 12 plus a 3. That is a 15.
Okay. So that is the number it's going to be trying to beat. All right. You do that.
Hell yeah. Nobody touch it.
Yeah, it is pinned there. It is not gonna stand for it, like it's gonna attempt to break out of that.
Fair.
But yeah, you do that.
It's gonna write a strongly worded letter.
Anything else you'd like to do for your turn?
Pack, how are you looking? Are you safe? Are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm fine. Yeah,
Okay.
like I'm off to the side. No one's looking at me. I got my moonbeam that I'm getting ready to move.
Cool. That is the end of my turn.
Okay. All right, Mudpack, you are up. So there's one of them that is pinned to a tree now, and the other one that Denra is fighting is not.
They're like right melee range of each other.
Yeah, I mean, you can move your moonbeam in such a way that you're not going to hit Denra.
And I'm
Okay.
a little bit back with my glaive, so.
Yes, I'm going to swing this. Okay, yes. All right. I wanted to color this. I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Paint us a picture.
Mudpack is going to pull from. He's going to feel where the sun is in space, and he's going to feel where the moon is in space, and he's going to draw on that energy of those angles to just bring it, like push himself toward the sun, like push his energy toward the sun, to push it toward the moon, to push it down into that moonbeam,
That's
to
so
get as
cool.
much like as possible,
Yeah.
and like move it so it's like entering this. I don't even care. That's like skeleton thing.
Yeah,
The goal is that it disintegrates upon, that's
Hell yeah.
the goal.
That'd be amazing.
when an anime is made that includes this moment, that particular thing will take 8 episodes.
Yeah, and it's just as it's happening. So.
Charging up.
Slow rotation of spheroids in deep space.
Yeah, no, we wait the actual amount of time it takes.
Yeah.
This is D&D, so it takes 6 seconds.
Right. It's almost instantaneous. Yeah, so you do that. You move that into range, and when it's going to start its turn there in a moment, it's going to have to make that throw. So go ahead and make the 2d10 roll now, and we'll see if it fails or not. Anything else for your turn?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
So you go ahead and roll that, and it will start by rolling its Constitution save. That is a fail.
Yes. 15 radiant damage.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
It did not have nearly that many hit points left. So as this moonbeam, as you focus
awesome.
your
Fuck yeah.
presence outward to align to the stars and the sun and the moon, you move this moonbeam into place, and it looks up at the light, and this ghostly light burns from its eyes and then spreads over its face, and it begins to burn the flesh from its bones.
Yes.
It takes a few seconds, but it's definitely dead.
Thank you.
That's brilliant.
All right, that brings us to the one that's currently pinned. That is going to do its best to fix that. So we'll roll an athletics check. It is still pinned.
Good.
It is very upset about that. I'm going to keep us in initiative because this thing is going to continue to do that
Sure.
until something happens. So Denra, it is the last thing left.
Yeah.
Denra, you are up.
She will she'll begin running over there because she's still in a rage, so she's not quite thinking straight. But she'll look at James and say, "What are we doing with this one? I really want to kill it. I really want to chop its head off. I really do."
Don't. Trust me. Just cut off its arms, legs, so it doesn't escape. We need this.
Jesus Christ.
That's really.
It seems like a good compromise.
That's really dark. Okay.
Trust me.
I think she's gonna drop rage and just kind of, what in the hell? And she's gonna just hold her turn. She'll hold her weapon out in case anything moves. And
If it
attacks.
moves, just don't kill it. Just don't kill it.
Okay.
All right.
She's holding in case if it breaks out, she'll swing.
Yeah, James, you're up.
Now that the creature is pinned, can I take a look at the area to see if anyone can be revived or needs healing? Or like the people that were attacked?
Go ahead and make a medicine check.
Okay. Medicine +1. Okay. That was a 15 +1.
16. Okay. Not bad.
I feel like that's not high enough.
You look and you see that there are 3 people down.
Okay.
One of them that could possibly be saved.
Oh,
May I please walk over to the person that could be saved and do a lay on hands?
Yes.
All right. I only need to give them 1 point, or will it take more than 1?
1 point will bring them back from death saving throws.
Okay, so I'm gonna do 1 point of lay on hands.
Okay. So
Defibrillator.
you go over
Clear.
this.
Clear.
It's a young, looks like a young human man, maybe 18 years old or so. As you roll him over, he has huge gashes across his chest and neck. Like he's been bitten all over. His face is really messed up. But you do bring him back with 1 hit point. He had not yet died. And I'll see how he's doing. He cries out, like he screams. He's coughing up blood. He's alive. He's very, very traumatized.
I'm gonna look at him. I'm gonna look him in the eye and be like, "Are you okay?" I need to ask a very important question.
Yeah, he's got one eye that seems to be working, and he looks over at you. No.
Okay. What did you see?
They came for us in the night.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about that.
Oh.
What did you see on the other side?
oh my God, James.
Yeah. Go ahead and make a.
Oh boy.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
This is.
No, this is
This
makes
is
a lot of
He's on a
amazing.
mission. He's on a mission.
This is amazing.
That's what he would do.
That's fine. Okay. 14 +5. 19.
Oh my God.
Okay. Boy, I need some different music for this.
Is it still like happy fight music?
Denver's like holding on to the javelin, keeping this guy in. Like, this is such a moment. I love it.
Denver, watch the creature.
He looks at you, and you can see. First, he's afraid. His watching my internet stutter. I don't want this moment to be
On the edge of my
caught
seat,
in
Paul.
stuttering.
All the time. Of all the times.
Okay. He's terrified. You can tell that he basically watched his whole world be torn apart in probably a matter of a couple of minutes. He looks at you with the one eye. A lot of his face is just totally covered in blood, and as he realizes what you're asking, he takes a rattling breath and he says, I saw Katie, but we were together before. And he moves his head a little bit, and you see where he's looking, and there is a young woman who is face down in the snow.
You saw her on the other side.
Yes. We were together. We went over together.
I cut him off, and I walk over to Katie's body.
Oh.
And I'm going to see if she can be revived.
You move her body a little bit. Her throat is just gone. There is no reviving her. And you hear him cry out,
Katie, I'm sorry. I didn't want to leave you.
Pack runs over and pulls out one of the courage potions.
Okay.
This man needs this more than I do, at least. If there are no objections, I want to give this man this potion.
I'm still like holding in the ghoul. I'm just like, I don't know, James. What are you doing? Just trying to get.
Shut up!
I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah. This should at least help. This should help. Just for now.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check, Mudpack.
Persuasion. 18.
Okay. He accepts it. He coughs as you help him drink it. He looks confused and doesn't really understand. But he looks at you, Mudpack. His eye like wide, and
I don't understand what happened.
You were ambushed?
Those things. What are those things?
Well, let's try and find out.
Do you want to see Katie again?
Maybe let him recover from his just recently having died.
I know that. I'm just asking, do you want to see Katie again?
Go ahead and make a persuasion check with advantage.
Okay. 13 plus persuasion, which is 5. Oof.
He sobs a little bit, and he says,
We were to be married. I don't know how to see her again.
I do. I'm gonna walk over to him.
James.
and he looks up at you. He doesn't. He just watches you.
I'm gonna ask him again. How badly do you want to see Katie again?
James, what are you going to do?
He looks at you, and he looks over at her body and back to you. And to be totally frank, this is like he has 1 hit point.
Yep.
He is also at this, like, he has been mauled. Like, one eye is basically gone. Even with healing, a lot of the damage to him could not be repaired.
Yeah.
And he nods.
Boy.
Okay. I'm going to take my longsword and drive it through his chest.
Okay. He does not resist. His body shudders involuntarily, but he does not defend himself.
Are we out of initiative, technically? I know the ghoul is still, or whatever he is still standing there.
I'm going to say this with that.
Yeah.
As these people try to, who is remaining, put themselves back together, and the party begins to figure out how to move forward from there. We will go ahead and go to our break. We will see you in a few minutes. Okay, we are back. An hour has passed. The party is back in the cart. An uneasy quiet has been filling the air for a while. And I think it seems that the party is content at the moment to let that quiet stand. It is now solidly nighttime. Charlie, as you got back into the cart, originally started to ask a couple questions and then kind of felt the tone and just started driving. You do your best to catch a little bit of sleep. Moving or not, you do have to sleep. You have to rest.
Yep.
And I would say that you get it well enough. At about midnight, 1 a.m, the cart stops. Just a thump. Nothing too bad, but as you wake up, you are in the village of Grey Crossing, and you can see that Charlie is unhitching the horses, and they're moving quite quickly to get this turned around. And within 20 minutes, you've got a new driver and 2 new horses, and you are off again. There is something kind of hypnotic in terms of kind of putting you to sleep about the feel of the wagon underneath you, the vibration of the wheels in the snow. You awake in the gray light of pre-dawn. You look over, there's a Nord. He says something about getting caught at the border.
Like that horse thief over there. Sorry.
No. You awake in the wagon, feeling a little more distance from the events of last night. And you've got about 4 more hours on the road until you get to your location.
Mudpack's gonna pull his pan flute from under his new wool and just play a simple, smooth, not lively tune. Just a nice kind of something that feels like a brook in the wind.
You do that, and I'm not even going to make you roll for performance for that. It's just a simple tune.
It's not about performing.
Yep.
Yeah. Denra goes to pull her own pan flute out, and then I'll let my pack have the seat. And James, that was strange last night. I'm gonna be honest. I kind of have a vague idea from what you've told me about yourself of why, but at the same time, I still don't quite understand.
What do you mean? What isn't there to understand?
You seemingly saved an innocent man who had been very badly hurt, and then asked him very pointed questions about what he saw, and then killed him again. That was just... it was hard to watch.
Well,
especially dealing with that zombie thing. That thing was gross.
I'm confused. Isn't that what we're supposed to do? Find
Killing...
answers to our questions?
Yes, but I don't know about by any means necessary. I don't know if that's always the best case, and especially when other people's lives are involved.
What about my means weren't necessary, Denra?
That's not what I meant, James. I'm just saying, when you're putting other people's lives at stake, you got to think about it.
I didn't put his life at stake. I asked him a question. He gave me his answer.
You toyed with his death. You brought him back and then killed him. You treated it like it was nothing.
And we done the same thing.
We have with people who... She almost says with people who deserved it. She does almost say that, and she's...
We've come back. We've seen it. And we've been brought back. For other people to bring us back. What is the difference?
Honestly, don't know. Just seemed indecent. I don't know.
Indecent to who? Who are we trying to impress?
No one. Just there's a certain amount of decor when it comes to the dead. Usually doing things like that is just not well liked among most mortals. I mean humans.
The thing is, then, I've had to learn the hard way that we can do whatever we want.
Sorry, that was Chris's reaction.
It doesn't matter who we are trying to impress or who we think would be upset, because we could just be brought back.
That man couldn't be brought back in the end.
Oh, that's what he wanted. He wanted to see his loved one.
He wanted to see his loved one. That's not the same as wanting to have your mortal life ended.
In the moment, that was the only way he saw to see her again. So of course he's going to say that.
Yeah. Isn't that the whole point?
You've still
to
got
be
a lot,
with the people that you love.
You've still got a lot to learn about life here. I guess I kind of look at Mudpack, kind of just not wanting to, tell everybody the secrets, but definitely also not wanting to. You still keep in context, because I understand kind of that there will be a bit of a disconnect or some confusion, but just would refrain from doing that in front of their adventures. I don't imagine Roderick or Hasan being very okay. Not that, it matters entirely what other people think always, but, just, I don't know. She just starts stammering.
Well, they've never died before. The only thing that Roderick loves more than himself is his clothing, as much as I can see. So he doesn't have anyone to see on the other side. I do have people to see on the other side. So we just saw in the forest people come back to the other side in a different way that you and I have never experienced. Don't you have questions for that?
That's a way we have experienced.
I mean,
That's a way you've experienced yourself.
We've encountered these types of things before. It's not new.
But once something is dead, when someone is dead, the reason that we go after these undead creatures the way we do is unnatural is the word that comes to mind.
Very.
Being someone who feels, excuse me, I hate the term, akin to nature.
The accent made that amazing. That was great. Akin to nature. That was great.
It sounds hokey, but
not wrong.
There is
Wait.
There's a place for death. There is a place for death in this world. We can't
why do they
exclude
get to come
it.
back?
We
Why do
can't
they get to come
exclude
back,
death.
huh? Like, okay, so you're telling me just because I brought someone back from the dead, it makes it bad. But
No.
someone brought these creatures back from the dead, they're okay. They're still
No,
going out.
that's
And you guys have
actually-
seen this before.
That's the opposite of what I said. You're not listening, James.
What I'll say
Do they
is,
get
You
to
want
live?
what you want. You want to see your wife. We understand that. Yes, Paul.
I'll say, Mudpack and Denver can go ahead and make inside checks.
Oh, sure.
Ooh.
Okay. I think it's only a +2. Yeah.
So 15 per month.
I got a 17.
What you can feel is that, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, James, but I have a feeling I'm not, is that James's connection with death and how he views it is so particular that, at least in this moment, it's going to be very difficult to assuage him from his current line of thinking. That maybe he'll have other experiences down the line where he gets a better understanding of you know, right and wrong and things like that. But his understanding and his perspective is so alien compared to yours. Does that feel accurate,
It makes.
James?
I mean, that's.
Pretty
I
much.
mean,
Okay, that's good.
And what
On
I
a
want to
different
avoid,
framework.
yeah, if you know, I love a discussion. I love an argument. Hell, go for it. But with James's current limited experience,
I was trying to get to a different place. Like Mudpack has a point to make that has nothing to do with how James sees death.
Okay.
We just kind of keep going back to that
Okay.
point, and it's hard to get out of it.
yeah,
That's just how I personally feel.
yeah.
It's hard to say just okay, hold on, just put a break on that. So thanks for the insight check.
James is a monorail. Like,
Mudpack has one small request.
On a highway to hell. But good.
yeah, Mudpack, what do you got?
All I ask as your teammate is that we listen to each other. We are in this together after all. That's all.
I respect that.
And I respect you and your, as far as it is from my view, I respect yours. Toot, toot, toot,
Dawn
slowly
finds
picks it
you
back
eating a simple breakfast, and
Rations.
some of the tension is lifted, not completely, but some of the way, and you're able to, you know, not just talk about this one thing
Yeah.
for the next several
Lovely
hours.
weather we're having.
And
Great clouds. That's
yeah.
cool. I love
Beautiful
them.
clouds.
Yeah.
And it's about 10, maybe 11 a.m. As the wagon pulls into town, civilization. This is the town of East Allenshire. And as you come into town, the entrance looks, I mean, it's snowy and slushy and kind of crappy right now, but you could definitely imagine how nice this would look. The entrance looks quite welcoming. There's a broad main street, shops set up on either side of the street. This little section is definitely intended for tourists to come through and buy things. Not a whole lot of that going on right now. There are a couple of the shops you see that are open, some people kind of putting around in there. And some of them, you know, give you a look as you roll by. You're driven all the way through this main part of town and out, and then off the main road and up a hill. As you approach, you can see this large house, like a manor, up at the top of the hill. As the wagon makes its way up, you can see from up here, you can see several other estate houses, you know, a ways away. You note as the wagon pulls up and you're finally able to stop and get out that no one comes out to greet you. The house is very still from here. So you gather your things. The wagon driver gives you a nod and aims.
Thank you, Charlie.
Aims the.
That's not Charlie anymore. Is it?
It's not Charlie
Oh,
anymore.
right. My bad.
It's
My
fine.
bad.
Didn't matter.
I thought we were just changing the horses.
It's
Doesn't matter.
it's a different person, but their name was also Charlie.
Hey!
Good. Thank you.
They aim their wagon back into town, probably get a little rest before they make the drive back.
Smart.
And you are left alone out in front of this large house.
So do we just go in? Is there like a wall around the estate, or is it just like a house?
It's just a house up here. I mean, there's like a little like garden wall type thing.
Okay.
But it's not a walled estate. Like you can see the front door.
Okay. Do we
I'm assuming we had a long rest.
Yes, you have had a long
Okay.
rest.
That counted.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we should start with a knock.
Yeah, I think that
Seems
would
like a
probably
nice
be best.
place.
All right. Then we'll walk up and just knock.
You knock on the door, and it's a minute, but the door is opened a little bit. Hello, how can I help you? You see, the door is not opened very wide. You see a young woman looks out at you, plain-looking clothes, just.
Hello. Is this the Vale? What was her? Arduin estate?
Yes, it is.
Okay. We were sent from Takar to speak with the lady of the house.
Oh, yes. Yes, she's been expecting you. Please come in. I will show you to the drawing room.
Thank you.
And she opens the door and
Gesture
leads
for everybody
inside.
else.
Closes the door behind you, and once you're in here, there's just no question that this house was built with a lot of money.
Yeah.
This foyer and main hallway has gilded wallpaper.
Wow.
A lot of really beautiful looking paintings up on the walls. You are led down the main hallway to the first door, which is a drawing room for receiving guests. This is a pretty expansive room full of beautiful chairs and couches. The shelves are filled with more art than books, but still a lot of books. There's a marble fireplace where a small fire has been lit, and above that fireplace is a life-size portrait of
Hell yeah.
a nude woman standing beside that very same fireplace.
Vale House on the hill. Anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
That's good.
And the young woman who led you in leaves you alone in that room for a few moments. So if you'd like to do anything in this room, for the next 2 minutes.
She's got a strange taste in everything. There's not a single bit of nature in this entire house. What the hell? She just
Seems
bummed.
like a place to escape from the outside more than
Right, but like
to escape into.
some flowers or something, right? I mean, I don't know. Denner does not like the very like fishy, opulent things like that. She's very like a little feels small. It's very strange.
May I please do a little bit of a divine sense?
Sure.
See if I get any bad vibes.
Yeah, and
Smart.
can Mudpack detect magic?
Yeah, you can cast Detect Magic.
Yeah.
Denner will stand guard. I'm just kidding.
Mudpack, you send out your aura checking for magic. Don't really detect anything in particular. There might be like an artifact with a little bit of leftover, magic dust on it, or
Nothing like the room is being bugged or anything.
No, you don't detect any like strong presence of anything more than just kind of the background radiation. James, you send out your awareness to try to pick up something, and no, seems like a regular stodgy rich person's house.
No, that means there's no hollow spells, celestial fiends, or undead within 60 feet.
Good to know.
And just so you're aware, that spell doesn't see through walls or anything,
Yeah.
or doors.
Fair.
So
I found that
if they were right there in the room with you,
I know. When I found that out about Doc and his eyes of the grave, I was like, I mean, it makes sense, but damn it.
yeah, divine sense is really just like, is the thing I'm looking at one of these things?
If you're outside, that's pretty useful.
Sure, but
No cover.
Yeah, everything seems a little dusty, maybe, but not particularly bad. After a couple of minutes, the door reopens.
Denver like, holding something that looks very like breakable. I don't know, just turns around and drops it.
No!
Playing her character.
Does it break?
Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw, Denra.
Do I have advantage because of danger sense?
No, you don't.
I know.
It's
I'm
not
just kidding.
dangerous.
Gosh, dang it.
I don't know. It's a for 16.
Yeah, you're able to catch it and put it back.
Yeah, it slips and sorry.
You see that coming into the room, first is this woman who let you in the beginning, who is standing with another woman. You would imagine, without even needing introduction, is almost surely Vael Arduin. Vael shakes the other one, like just kind of nudges her off from the assistants. Right off the bat, you notice several things as soon as Vael walks in the room. First, she is certainly the woman in the portrait, but she looks very different than she did during that time. She is gaunt. Her skin is like stretched tight against her cheeks. Her hair is gray and patchy. She's got large bald spots throughout. Across her skin, you can see deep purple splotches, like sores. She is a half-elf. She looks to be older, but something is very wrong with her that definitely looks to have aged her significantly. She's getting around all right, but obviously looks a little weak as she nudges off the woman who brought you in. That woman leaves, closes the door behind her. Not super unkindly, just didn't want the help. Vael does not speak yet, just makes her way slowly to the chair nearest the fireplace and sits. You see that she wears a large glass pendant on a chain. I'm not going to waste a lot of time with introductions. I am Vael Arduin. You are here to help me, so let's get into it.
Of course.
Someone has put a death curse on me. It started almost 2 weeks ago. I paid a ridiculous amount of money for some hocus pocus bastard to figure out what it was, just to have him tell me that only a wish or something could erase it, and now I have 2 days left.
Wow.
I need you to figure out which of the horrible bastards in my life has decided to do this, and bring them here. I have 5 people that I would like you to question. Every one of them is dreadful enough or greedy enough to want to snuff me out.
Okay. They all live in town, I assume?
They are all nearby, yes.
Okay.
Is there anyone in particular of these five, or do they all seem...
I don't know. I have not been close to them,
Paul,
but I suspect them all. Yes.
may I please roll something to see if I know anything about death curses?
Sure. Go ahead and make... anyone who'd like to can make an Arcana check.
Ooh. Oof. -1. Not good, not good. That's a 19 -1 now. Specifically, what I'm asking is the person permadead have a death curse?
So that's an 18 for you. Mudpack, would you roll?
Another one.
Okay, another one.
Is that a record? Anyway.
I mean, I don't know if it is, but...
A lot of ones in one game.
Denra, would you roll?
It's only a 12.
Okay. Yeah, the two of you don't really know much about curses. James, this is something you've heard of. What you know is that it's definitely possible. They're generally like really expensive. If you want to make custom magic, that's not a cheap thing to do. Like, you have to hire someone to do that. So you got to really hate somebody to pay enough money to kill them completely like this.
Slowly, too.
And yeah, to the best of your knowledge, someone who dies in this way is absolutely dead.
Damn.
She says, I will tell you of the 5 people that I need you to look into. First, Simon, my son. I have never known a less respectable man than Simon. He is a sniveling, groveling rodent. Would say anything to anyone to gain their good favor, which is the absolute worst kind of person. And he doesn't even have the courtesy to sleep with women to give me a grandchild.
Whoa. What did you say?
He dallies around, has a wife that he doesn't bother with.
Mudpack doesn't say anything, but the look on his face says, it's okay that this gene pool is getting smaller.
She says, the second is Valentine, Simon's twin sister. My beloved daughter is just like me, which is as negative a thing as I can say about anyone. She is a ruthless, cold-hearted bitch, and I love her dearly. This would not be the first time that she has tried to kill me, if this is indeed her.
Denra is very confused at just parents and children wanting to try and kill each other. Just, it's blowing. It does not compute.
The third that I need you to look into is Tolerai, the designer who purchased all of my designs and assets when I retired. I freely admit that my retirement was reluctant at best. Legal proceedings like selling my entire work of my entire life can take quite a long time, and I have done nothing to speed up that process. She is a mediocre designer.
Okay.
Willem,
Okay.
my longtime business partner. I truly thought that he was loyal to me. He never wavered, not until the end. Then he forced me to retire, and I felt I had no choice but to punish him for that. I hired the best lawyer I could possibly find, and I made sure to ruin him for what he did to me. And
What did
finally,
he do to him?
I should have been fine to continue working. Willem forced my hand. The final one that I need you to look into is Anton, my former lover. I supported a very comfortable lifestyle for him for several years, and recently ended things. He is sweet, but one of the least interesting people I've ever met. I have carried on more interesting conversations with stones. I'm sure the loss of his cushy life has been quite a blow to him, even as dumb and simple as he is.
Okay.
I suspect that one of these 5 people has done this to me, and I need that person brought here to me within the next 2 days.
2 days. Wow. Okay. She's just having trouble. So
she looks at you very like cold, like stone cold.
And I think Denra tries to match it, but is not successful, and is more like trying to make it look like she's mad at the 5 people, but she actually does not like this lady at all. So she's just showing it on her face and letting it stay there. I'm just gonna let whoever, because she's not gonna be able to talk.
So, any one of these people could have the money and the resources to buy a death curse so bad and so expensive that it would permanently put you in the ground forever.
These 5 people hate me, and I cannot go around asking them 20 fucking questions, which is why I have paid you to do so. If I could go and check their accounts, I would.
Well, I think we'll check them out, I guess.
Need to get their side of the story to see how they react, to see if they think you're taken care of. I imagine anyone we talk to who is pleased to hear about you will be of the idea that you won't be around much longer, so...
I have no doubt that they will all be very pleased at my death.
How public is this information, if you don't mind me asking?
Not terribly. There are those who know that I am not well.
So, only a wish could bring you back from the dead.
Could end the curse. Let's start there.
And a curse.
I do not know magic. I just know what I was told.
This is a strange question. I'm not entirely sure how all of that works, but if you're gone, do your children get all of this? Is that just trying to see if maybe that's part of it?
I have kept the particular details of my will to myself, but there is money to be distributed.
Okay.
And all of that is much easier to contest and split if I am just not here.
Right. Okay. Well, then
Where
I
do
guess...
you suggest we start looking?
Okay.
Without going in all of it, she'll give you the details of where
good.
these people are. So basically,
Perfect.
when you
Thank
decide who you want to talk to, we can just be there.
Go there. Cool. Well, I don't have any more questions for her, so.
I'm good. You too.
All I need is for you to bring them to me, here,
Like all of them, or just the one that you think is?
Find out the one that has done this.
Okay, gotcha.
Bring that person here to me. That is it.
Got it.
2 days from now, when the clock strikes 12, here, I will die. There is nothing that can change that. And I have no desire at this point to fix it. I just want to see the person who did it.
Okay. Boy. Denner in her head is like a lot of dark shit the last couple days. Good lord.
You just want to see them, eh?
I want them here.
Okay. I have an idea for Mudpack and Around.
Oh,
Can
like
we
to talk
exit?
to us, yeah.
Yes, I do. So, what
Do you
if
have any-
we just?
Do we have any more questions for her?
Do you have any
yet?
more questions for Vael?
No, I
Okay.
do not.
Then I think what we're going to do is, as Vael rings a small bell and the young woman comes and collects you and guides you out of the house, you are led to the front steps, the small stoop of this manor. A light, drizzly rain is starting to come down. You are looking out over this really beautiful town and all these gorgeous estates, knowing that someone here hated someone so much that they literally cursed them to die. And that is where we'll end tonight's session.
Fucking
Right.
knew it. I fucking knew it.
Write down that idea though, James.
Yeah, write it down.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Don't forget to
so
tell us when
thank
you
you
get
so
back.
much, players.
Yes, thank you.
Yay.
We're going to see this party next week and see how this whole thing shakes out. I'm going to go ahead
Boy.
and talk to the people out home. Thank you so much for watching. We are so glad to be able to share our stories with you. Tonight was a crazy night. All kinds of stuff happened, and you got to see it live, or maybe you're watching it recorded, or whatever. We love you. Please go visit our Patreon. Have I said that enough? And we will see you next week on the Adventurers Guild.